Yes, today we are going to have the Hindu newspaper analysis dated 10th of February 2024. And in today's newspaper analysis, we are going to cover the most important articles from the newspaper, and also we are going to cover a mapping topic that will help you to solve map related questions in the prelims exam. So let us quickly see the important articles that we are going to take for discussion today. So the first topic that we are going to discuss, it will be a mapping related topic. It is Trans-Pacific Partnership. Why we are discussing Trans-Pacific Partnership? It is because Trans-Pacific Partnership is in news. We will understand the nature of the partnership. We will understand the membership of this partnership. How many countries are member of this organization? Alright, so this will be from mapping point of view. Apart from this, the articles that we are going to cover are mentioned over here. So most of the articles in today's newspaper are from international relations and Indian polity, and there is an article from Indian economy section as well. So we are going to discuss all these articles one by one. So let us now quickly move to the first article, right? So we are going to discuss this particular topic. So this is a mapping related topic. Okay, so it was covered in one of the editorial topics. So that's why we thought of covering this thing as part of mapping related thing. So when we talk about Trans-Pacific Partnership, right? So it is a partnership of different countries. So different countries are partners to it. They are known as different states are partner to it. Earlier there were 12 countries that were partner of this organization. However, one country has, let's say, revoked its membership, right? One country has came out of this membership, and that country was the United States of America. So presently the Trans-Pacific Partnership has 11 member countries. Why we have named it as Trans-Pacific Partnership? It is because of the reason that, this is the Pacific Ocean. As we know, between this, United States and Canada, western portion of United States and Canada, and eastern portion of Japan, Vietnam and all. So, there is an ocean, and this ocean is known as Pacific Ocean. Okay, this ocean is known as Pacific Ocean. And why it is Trans-Pacific? Because this partnership ranges, right, across those countries that surround the Pacific Ocean. So on one side we can see Canada is a member, right? United States was earlier a member, but now it has pulled itself out of it. Second is Mexico, third is Peru, fourth is Chile, then New Zealand, Australia, right, Singapore, Malaysia, Brunei, Vietnam, Japan, right? Vietnam, Japan. So these are 11 member countries of the Trans-Pacific Partnership. So these countries that are highlighted using dark green color or green color that you can see in the screen, right? So they are members of the Trans-Pacific Partnership. Why? Because in this partnership, the member countries are those countries that share their maritime border with the Pacific Ocean. And as we all know, that Pacific Ocean is the largest ocean in the world. Alright, so this is the thing. So again, we have listed the, let's say the 11 signatories or 11 countries over here. In this map, the member countries have been represented in a shaded color using red. Okay, that's the thing. So in your free time, you can download this particular PDF from the description of this YouTube discussion or YouTube video, right? And then you can go through the membership, because this is a potential topic. Like UPSC does ask map-based questions, it does ask membership-based questions also. In 2023, in previous years, they have asked membership of various organizations, including G20, right? So this is why we cover, let's say, one mapping related topic every day. Now, with this, we came to another topic. It says the decline of America's leadership, right? So we are going to discuss about international relations. So this is going to be important from GS paper 2 point of view under international relations. And why we are understanding about America? It is because America has been a very, let's say close ally or close friend of India, right? So India shares very good ties with the United States of America when it comes to defense, when it comes to geopolitics, when it comes to trade, right? So under multiple aspects, we have deeper cooperation with like United States of America. So that's why it is important for us to understand like how America is faring in the evolving geopolitics in the world. All right. So let us quickly understand this particular topic. So name of this topic is the decline of America's leadership. The decline of America's leadership. All right. So we are going to understand how America is declining, right, and what kind of leadership role America has played geopolitically so far. So when we talk about America's leadership, right, so America's leadership was or is, let's say, shaped by multiple aspects. So there are 4 important aspects that have been discussed in this particular article. So I'm going to help you understand all these aspects one by one, right? So what are these aspects that they have mentioned? So it is here they have mentioned that they have a value platform, they have a military power, they have a pivotal position in global financial system, and it is a technological pioneer. Okay, so like they have a, let's say, the value platform. Okay, here in this article they have mentioned value platform. So we will understand what do we mean by value platform. So when we talk about United States of America, so like their society is deeply rooted, right, in their value of democratic structure. So it is a democratic country. Apart from this, they have also included the culture of assimilation, means people who are coming from across the world. Maybe they are from Africa, right, one of the country in Africa, maybe they are from Asia or Japan or any other country. They can go to United States of America, they can start working over there, they can get citizenship also in USA, and USA has a concept of dual citizenship. So it's a federal country. Okay, so the thing is, the value platform or value system that particular society has got, it is very deeply rooted, right, in its American Revolution that has happened long back. Okay, that's the thing. Apart from this, in this article they have talked about that like America plays a very important role militarily. Okay, so it has, let's say, it is a military power. It has very strong military power. Why strong military power? It is strong militarily because of multiple factors. Number one, it is a nuclear capable state. Okay, it is a nuclear capable state, means like it has nuclear weapons. Apart from this, let's say, it has signed ties, defense ties with many countries across the world. Okay, so with many countries across the world, it does have, let's say, like good ties. That's the thing. Apart from this, it plays a very significant role in global financial system, right? It plays very significant role in global financial system. Why significant role? When we talk about International Monetary Fund, America has the largest share that any country has in International Monetary Fund. It does have a very strong presence in the World Bank. It does have a very strong presence in other multilateral financial system. Even if we talk about trade organization like World Trade Organization, there also America has a strong presence. So like America, let's say, plays a key role in global financial system. This is the thing. Apart from this, if we talk about the US dollar is the leading currency of the world. Any country that is doing trade internationally, they prefer to, let's say, like trade in terms of US dollars, because US dollar is considered to be a very strong currency internationally. Why it has become strong? Because long back US has pegged its dollar with the value of gold. Okay, so that's the thing. So it does have a very strong presence in the global financial system. Apart from this, US also plays a very dominant role, right, in the technological aspect. So like if we talk about pioneering in technology, okay, I'm just writing pioneering in technology means most of the big technical companies that we see across the world, right? Whether it is, let's say, Netflix, whether it is Amazon, whether it is SpaceX, whether it is Google, whether it is Twitter, means like, many technological companies, Microsoft, like most of the technological companies have been, let's say, like, have been invented, or these companies are situated in United States of America. Why? Because they have a very strong culture of R&D, research and development, and they follow market economic structure. They follow capitalism, okay, or it is a capitalist country. So America's leadership is shaped by these four notions here. But in this article, what we are going to understand that how America's leadership is declining, okay, how America's leadership is declining. So let us understand the reason for decline of America's leadership, okay. So let us understand about reasons for decline. Reasons for decline in America's leadership, okay, decline in America's leadership role. So in this article, they have mentioned many, let's say, like, many such reasons. One of the strongest reason is that earlier America was, let's say, like, a kind of expansionary, it was following expansionary policy when it comes to financial system, when it comes to, let's say, shaping the geopolitics of the world. But now, if we talk about economically, right, if we talk about economically, right, what kind of policy is America following? It is following the policy that are shaped by protectionism, okay, protectionism. Okay, protectionism means, like, they are implementing tariffs, right? They are implementing tariffs in global trade that they are doing. So, like, now they are looking inward. Earlier they were looking outward. They were growing as a country, but now they are looking inward, and they have followed the policy of America first. Means, like, they want to secure their interest first in their domestic arena. So that's the thing. So protectionism measure actually, let's say, like, hampers the free flow of goods and services across the world. So this is one of the thing. When we talk about geopolitically, okay, when we talk about geopolitically, so earlier United States of America had a very strong thing, means, like, United States of America was the pioneer in rule-based international order. What? Rule-based international order. So America has always said that, like, we follow rules-based international order, and America was the country that has set the rules, right, of international order post World War II. But now what has happened? America itself is involved in polarization, in politics, right, in geopolitics that are shaped by, let's say, polarization. For example, if I talk about the examples of this, right, examples, the support for Israel, right, the veto, like the veto that it does in the United Nations Security Council, etc. So these are the things, okay. Earlier it was following rule-based international order, but now it is itself not following the rule-based international order. And America is itself pulling out of many organizations where America was a leading, let's say, like, leading country. So for example, today we discussed about Trans-Pacific Partnership, right? Trans-Pacific Partnership, we discussed about this. So when we talk about Trans-Pacific Partnership, earlier there were 12 countries, but, like, United States of America, USA has, let's say, withdrawn itself. USA has withdrawn itself from Trans-Pacific Partnership. So now geopolitically also it is shrinking, right? This is another reason. Apart from this, If we talk about economically also, many other countries in the world, they are proposing their own currency. Means like, many currencies have now started dominating in the world economy. For example, China has its own currency, renminbi, which is now widely accepted in the world trade, right? The trade that is happening. Many other countries are, let's say, like doing trade bilaterally, like using their own currency. For example, the trade that is happening between India and Russia. So it is a trade, bilateral trade that is happening between these countries, okay? Economically also, geopolitically also, and if I talk about technologically, right? If I talk about technologically, so what is happening technologically? So basically, earlier United States of America was the only country that was dominating in the technological sphere. But now if I talk about, let's say, like, other countries, for example, China is also dominating. China has, let's say, TikTok, for example. It is being used by huge number of people across the world. Apart from this, in this article, they have mentioned, let's say, many other things also, like Confucius Institutes and gaming, right? China is, let's say, playing role in gaming industry. In gaming industry, China is rising. So it is technologically also going little bit back, okay? This is the thing. So these are some of the reasons that can be cited as, let's say, like, that is actually that is actually shaping the new world order, and the USA is, let's say, like, declining in its power roles. So it says Washington is failing to use its leverage in international environment, okay? This is the thing. And also, if I talk about a new area, the fourth area, which is environment, okay? Environment and ecology. So the recent US president, I mean the president who has, let's say, recently demitted his office, the Donald Trump. Now, like, we have Joe Biden as the president. So Donald Trump did not believe that, like, there is deterioration in the, let's say, atmosphere, that global warming is happening. So he did not believe all of it. So, like, they did not do much when it comes to protecting the environment, right? And they are not supporting any fund, right, that is meant for, let's say, like, protecting our environment. This is the thing, okay? So these are the reasons for which the United States of America is declining in its power. So it says Washington is failing to use its leverage in the international environment, okay? This is the thing. So with this, let us now move to another article. This article is again very, very important. Here it says Mandal, Mandir and now market, okay? So this topic we are going to discuss from Indian polity point of view. Why we are discussing this topic? It is because a new announcement by the Prime Minister of India about awarding Bharat Ratna. So today we have included a topic where we are going to discuss about Bharat Ratna in detail. However, in this article we will understand about the politics of Mandal, Mandir and market, right? That is shaping the Bharat Ratna awardees, I mean, or Bharat Ratna awards at this point of time. So this is going to be the topic number 2 for today's discussion. So this particular topic, name of the topic is Mandal, Mandir and now market. Mandal, Mandir and now market. So before we move into the discussion, let us understand what do we mean by this Mandal, right? So Mandal is associated with Mandal Commission, okay? This name has been taken from Mandal Commission. So what was the role of the Mandal Commission? Basically, Mandal Commission has talked about reservation, right? It has talked about reservation for the other backward classes, okay? For the other backward classes. So the Mandal Commission has suggested that 27% reservation must be given to the OBC category. And why only other backward classes? It is because in the Constitution of India, right? In the Constitution of India, The Constitution of India already has a mention of reservation for the people who belong to the scheduled caste and those people who belong to scheduled tribes. And why we name them as scheduled caste and scheduled tribes? It is because of the reason that, like, in the Government of India Act, GOI Act 1935, right? They have included scheduled caste, they have created schedules, and there they have mentioned about scheduled caste and scheduled tribe. And we have taken this particular subject as it is from the Government of India Act 1935. Okay, so the thing is, in the Constitution of India, there are certain measures that protects the, let's say, interest of the scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. And let's say, like, we have later on created commissions for National Commission for Scheduled Caste, National Commission for Scheduled Tribe, and later on National Commission for other backward classes also. That has happened subsequently. But this Mandal Commission reservation, basically, like, let's say there are many people who are in the other backward classes or in the backward classes. So these people have been given reservation, okay, through the Mandal Commission judgment. And what has happened, because of this particular reservation announcement, there has been a, let's say, like, like Chief Minister of Bihar. His name is Kapuri Thakur, okay. So in 1970s, right, the Chief Minister of Bihar, right, his name is Kapuri Thakur. So what he has done, he has said that, like, the Bharatiya Janata Party, or means like he was not from the Bharatiya Janata Party, like he was from some other party, but he was a person like who said that, like, the BJP party is not only a party of the, let's say, like, the religious upper caste, so it is also a party of the lower caste as well. And, like, after the Mandal Commission report, so the Chief Minister of Bihar, he has made it sure that, like, this reservation goes to the other backward classes. And Mr. Kapuri Thakur, I mean, like, so he is a kind of Bharat Ratna awardee. Bharat Ratna awardee means, like, he has been nominated basically for Bharat Ratna awards. This is the thing. So that's why we are discussing the Mandal. Having understood about Mandal, now let us understand about Mandir. Okay, the second part of this discussion is Mandir. To understand about Mandir, so Mandir is a, let's say, place of worship basically, and this place of worship is very sacred for the people who belong to Hindu religion and people who have faith, let's say, in gods, right, in Hindu religion. So they do practice in Mandir. So basically, long back, what has happened, the Deputy Prime Minister of India, right, Mr. Lal Krishna Advani, okay. So Deputy Prime Minister of India, or I'm just writing, Deputy PM of India, long back, right, LK Advani. So what he has done, basically he has started something which is known as Rath Yatra. Rath Yatra. And in this Rath Yatra, basically, like, he wanted to move from one place ultimately to another place, and in its route, basically they wanted to connect with the devotees, right, devotees. And so in its path, there have been many people who have been killed. There are reports also. Recently I watched a video related to that. So basically what it has done, this Rath Yatra has shaped the religious, let's say, tone for the Indian citizens, and that has helped the present government, let's say, like, politically. And this thing has come to a culmination in the sense, Rath Yatra was started long back, right? It was started long back in 1990s, right? But what has happened in 2024, now there have been a consecration, right, of the Ram Janmabhoomi, or let's say Ram temple. So this is, let's say, politics of Mandir, and this is politics of Mandal, means, like, caste related thing, like, including religion into the politics. And here, apart from this, in this article they have discussed about another thing, which is market. So I'm going to make you understand about the context related to market. Okay, So related to market, we are going to discuss about a former Prime Minister of India, right? Former Prime Minister of India, right? VP Singh. VP Singh. So why VP Singh? Because let's say this former Prime Minister of India has focused on liberalization of Indian economy. Okay, he has focused on liberalization of Indian economy. And there have been, let's say, many prime ministers before that, although they have taken some steps related to liberalization of Indian economy, but during the prime ministership of VP Singh, so basically Indian economy has been liberalized, okay, it has been liberalized. So these are the three factors, Mandal, Mandir and market, which has been referred to in the headline in this particular article. So basically in this article they did not include about two more people, which is, let's say, like they did not include about the Prime Minister Narasimha Rao and also MS Swaminathan. Apart from this, there are two more people who have been, let's say, nominated for Bharat Ratna, right? Nominated for Bharat Ratna, and these two people include, let's say, MS Swaminathan. MS Swaminathan is a person who is considered to be agronomist, means agricultural economist, and he was the one who has propounded the idea of green revolution. And India has adopted green revolution. We started using high yielding variety seeds, we started using fertilizers, we started following different kind of irrigation patterns, right? That has led to increase in productivity, and we were able to, let's say, address the issue of malnutrition, we were able to address the issue of poverty, we were able to address the issue of hunger. Although, let's say, like, the issue still lingers, but like, this thing has played a greater role, right, in meeting the food security of our country. And apart from this, here they have talked about PV Narasimha Rao, okay, PV Narasimha Rao. So PV Narasimha Rao has been a former Prime Minister of India. He has been a former Prime Minister of India. And here in this article, the author has discussed a story associated with PV Narasimha Rao. Although he has played a very important role, however, he is not, let's say, like, he is not known as widely in India as he should be known. So here in this article, he has talked about, let's say, like, many things. However, the main message that the author wants to give, that, like, we need to have faith in harmony, because, let's say, like, there have been many things, right, related to religious thing, but like, all the religions should coexist together in our country. And in this article, the author says that the conferment of Bharat Ratna on PV Narasimha Rao has lessons for the India today, right, India of today. That's the thing. So with this, let us now move to another article. This article is again very important. So it says a failed coup. So what do we mean by coup? When we talk about coup, it's a kind of when the army, right, when the army of a particular country tries to topple the democratically elected government by using the armed forces, right, when it, let's say, detains the political people, when it detains the member of parliaments, when it detains the prime minister of the country, that is known as a coup. So here we are going to discuss about a failed coup, but there have been many instances of, let's say, successful coup in the world history. For example, recently in one of the country, Niger in Africa, there has been a coup and they have been able to, let's say, topple the democratically elected government. In the neighborhood country, Myanmar, right? So there was a military coup and they have toppled the democratically elected government. They have overthrown the democratically elected government. But today we are going to discuss about a failed coup in a particular country, that is Brazil, okay? So let us understand about this topic quickly. This is going to be the topic number 3 for the day. Name of the topic is a failed coup, okay? So we discussed what do we mean by a coup. A coup is when military, right, when military of a country tries to overthrow an elected government. Okay, overthrow an elected government. Elected government, why I have written only elected government? It can be a democratically elected government, or it can be any form of government like that. So when we talk about a failed coup, so we are discussing about this thing from the viewpoint of a South American country, and its name is Brazil. And Brazil is the largest South American country. Remember that, like, you know, India is a member of BRICS. BRICS means Brazil, Russia, India, China and South Africa. And BRICS has now 10 members. Earlier there were 5 members only. 6 new members have been added, but one of the member has withdrawn itself lately. So its name is Argentina. But as of now, BRICS has 10 member countries, and, like, you know, Brazil is the largest country in South America. And we hear about Amazon rainforest, right? So Amazon forests, they largely lie in Brazil. Okay, so Brazil is the largest country in South America. So in Brazil, basically there are 2 contenders for the prime minister, for the let's say prime ministership in Brazil. So here, presidentship of Brazil. So one of the person is President Jair Bolsonaro, and so I'm just writing Jair Bolsonaro, right? This is one of the person. Other is Lula da Silva. So I'm not writing the full name of these people, right? So, like, you know, that's how we know it. So Luis Inacio Lula da Silva. Okay, so I'm writing Luis. So this is one of the person, right? Presidential candidate. This is another person, right? Jair Bolsonaro has earlier been a president of Brazil. So what he has done, he has tried to conduct a military coup. And not only this, like, you know, they have tried to conduct protests outside the parliament, right? There they say it to be Congress, and outside the Supreme Court, okay, court everywhere. Okay, so there are charges against Jair Bolsonaro that, like, he has tried to conduct a military coup, and that, like, you know, he has tried to bring unrest to the country, and that country, Brazil, is going through a kind of economic hardship at this point of time. So what has happened? One of the court in Brazil has asked Mr. Jair Bolsonaro to submit his passport so that he cannot leave the country. Okay, so there in Brazil, let's say, like, you know, lot of political turmoil is happening. So now, because this political turmoil is happening, charges are labeled against Mr. Bolsonaro, and now let's say, like, you know, some new developments may happen. So in this article they have discussed about that Lula should not allow the case against Bolsonaro to fracture Brazil's polity. Okay, this is what they have mentioned. So when we talk about, let's say, South America, how it looks, so this is how the South America as a country looks like. Okay, and this is where Brazil is located. Okay, I'm just drawing a rough map. Okay, this is where Brazil is located. This is the largest country in South America. That's the thing. So with this, let us now move to another topic. This is topic number 4 for the day. So we are going to be quick in understanding this topic. It says, prudence prevails. Okay, policymakers must continue to keep the focus on slowing price gains. Okay, so this topic is a topic which is related to Indian economy, and so we are going to discuss about this topic quickly. Here there are some important facts that I am going to discuss with you, and these facts will be important for you to understand for the prelims exam, right? It says prudence prevails. Now we are going to understand this topic from the viewpoint of the monetary policy. Okay, from the viewpoint of monetary policy. So who sets the monetary policy in the country? It is set by the Reserve Bank of India. Okay, Reserve Bank of India does have many tools at its disposal. Some of the tools are known as quantitative tools, right? Some of the tools are known as quantitative tools, and other are known as qualitative tools, right? Qualitative tools. And Reserve Bank of India comes up with bi-monthly monetary policy. Under quantitative tools, repo rate, reverse repo rate, then let's say cash reserve ratio, right, statutory liquidity ratio, like that. So many of these things are part of quantitative rule. Moral suasion, like that, so they are part of qualitative tools. So like Reserve Bank of India sets the monetary policy for the country. They do have a monetary policy committee as well. So recently, in its recent monetary policy committee, what Reserve Bank of India has focused, number one, it has focused on controlling, right, to control inflation, on controlling inflation. So what is inflation? Inflation means whenever the price of goods and services generally rise over a period of time, we say it to be inflation. But inflation are of different types. We do have, let's say we do have headline inflation, we have core inflation, we have, let's say, food price inflation, we do have, let's say, different varieties also, disinflation, hyperinflation, like that. Okay, so one of the things that we need to understand is like recent RBI Monetary Policy Committee decision has focused on controlling the inflation in the economy. This is the thing. Why inflation control is important? Because when the price of things goes up, purchasing power of the currency goes down, and people find it difficult to purchase the goods and services if their wages, right, if their earnings are not rising at par with the rising inflation rate. This is the thing. And apart from this, here, let's say in this article they have mentioned about CPI. CPI means Consumer Price Index. Okay, CPI means Consumer Price Index. So this Consumer Price Index talks about that how much money a consumer has to pay to purchase goods and services. So Consumer Price Index is released by National Statistical Organization, which is in short known as NSO, and this NSO works under the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. Okay, Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. So they released this particular thing. Okay, so in the recent this Consumer Price Index, they have noticed that prices of goods, right, has gone up. So that's why the recent monetary policy of the Reserve Bank of India has focused on controlling the inflation. And that's why they have said that prudence prevails. Prudence means being practical. Okay, prudence means being practical. Okay, prudence means being practical. So the recent Reserve Bank of India decision, right, to control the inflation level is a kind of practical decision that the Monetary Policy Committee has taken. Okay, so RBI comes up with what? It comes up with bi-monthly monetary policy, right? Monetary policy review or monetary policy. Okay, and Reserve Bank of India does have Monetary Policy Committee. Okay, they have a Monetary Policy Committee for this purpose. This is the thing. So having understood this, now let us quickly move to the next article. This article is very interesting. We are going to understand about the Constitution of India. We are going to understand about some important provisions in the Constitution of India. So here it says, can preamble be amended keeping the date intact? Asks Supreme Court. Okay, this is going to be a very important article. Okay, we are going to discuss about some important portions of the Constitution of India. We are going to discuss about some amendments that has happened in the Constitution of India. We are going to discuss about the preamble of the Constitution of India. All right, can preamble be amended? Can preamble be amended keeping date intact? Keeping date intact, asks Supreme Court. Okay, so SC means Supreme Court. So basically what has happened, to understand this topic, let us understand what do we mean by preamble of the constitution. So preamble is the preface of the constitution. This is the, let's say like, the first important aspect of the constitution. In the preamble, they have summarized what is there in the constitution of India. So preamble starts with, we the people of India having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a socialist, sovereign, democratic republic, like that, okay. So on this 26th day of November 1946, so they have mentioned all of it in the preamble itself. So preamble is a kind of preface to the Constitution of India, okay. And so far the preamble has been amended only once, okay. So like preamble has been amended only once. When it was amended in 1976, and this was amended through the 42nd Constitution Amendment Act, okay, 42nd Constitution Amendment Act of 1976, like that, 42nd Constitution Amendment Act. So the 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act in itself known as mini constitution, because through this particular Constitutional Amendment Act, they have amended most of the features of the Constitution of India. But later on, what has happened, the forthcoming amendments that came, especially the 44th Constitution Amendment Act, I am just writing CAA, means like a Constitution Amendment Act, they have reversed, right, they have reversed most of the things, right, most of the things that have been amended. But the thing is, like, what has happened in the preamble, the kind of amendment that they have done. So in that amendment, okay, in that amendment, what they have done is, they have included the word socialist and secular, right? They have added the word socialist and secular. These two words were not there in the original preamble of the Constitution of India. So they have added these two words, right, in the preamble, and also they have added one more thing. So they have earlier it was, the phrase was unity of the nation, but that particular phrase, okay, so unity of the nation has been amended to unity and integrity of the nation, okay, unity and integrity of the nation, like that. So this word integrity has also been added in the Constitution of India. Socialist and secular. Secular means dharm nirpeksh, means like the country does not itself follow any religion and it treats all the religions equally, like that, okay. So we have a positive connotation of secularism, but there are many countries across the world, for example France, they have a negative connotation related to secularism. They do not allow, let's say, like, religious, religious thing in the public spheres, and even people are not allowed to wear religious dresses in the public sphere. But in India, we have said that like all religions will be treated equally and the state will be staying at an arm's length from the religion, like that, okay. When we talk about socialist means it is an economic concept. Here, the, let's say, like, the state will strive for welfareism. It is going to provide, let's say, welfare services to its citizens and all, okay. So resources will be distributed among the people, let's say, like, on the basis of equity, like that, okay. So basically what they have done in 1976 through the 42nd Constitution Amendment Act, basically they have added these words without changing the date. So the date that was mentioned in the preamble of the Constitution of India was, let's say, like, 26th November 1949, okay. So it said the date was 26th November 1949, okay. So this date has not been amended because the constitution was adopted on this particular day, but this has been, let's say, added. But now, but in the 44th Constitutional Amendment Act, most of the thing has been reversed, but like these things have been kept intact, okay, it has been there intact. But now people are demanding that from the preamble of the constitution, we should remove the words socialist and secular, Okay, we should remove the word socialist and secular. This is the demand of the people. However, let's say it has come to the court and court is looking into this particular aspect still. Okay, this is the thing. So other things are, let's say they have discussed about deliberations in the court, means what discussions have happened in the court. So now we are not going into that particular discussion. So now we have another topic. It says US-China tussle warships. US-China tussle warships in Indian Ocean dominate Indian Ocean conference, right? IOC conference. So basically what has happened, he is the External Affairs Minister or Foreign Minister of India, all right? So Foreign Minister of India has recently discussed about the Indian Ocean, let's say Indian Ocean Conference. So in the Indian Ocean Conference, basically, let's say many countries have been invited to participate. China is there, US is there, India is there. But now USA and China, they have dominated the Indian Ocean Conference with their warships. And that is being, let's say cited with a kind of apprehension by the External Affairs Minister of India. So he says that instability increases when long-standing agreements are no longer observed, with no credible justification to justify a change of stance. Okay, this is what is said by the External Affairs Minister. And he also discusses about many things. So speaking at the same event, Sri Lankan President Vikram Singhe said several countries including India, USA, Australia, UAE, Saudi Arabia and China were all increasing their naval presence in the Indian Ocean significantly. Okay, so now here what is happening, the Indian Ocean region is, let's say being flooded with warships. And this raises concerns among various countries who share maritime border in the Indian Ocean region. And India is a primary stakeholder in the Indian Ocean region. So in this article, they have mentioned about the stance of various countries. They have discussed about the, let's say, apprehensions that different countries have. They have discussed about the concerns that these countries have, right, related to securing the Indian Ocean region from any kind of conflict, right? And at last, we have another topic. It says, Swaminathan Rao Charan Singh. Swaminathan means MS Swaminathan. So this person is Dr. MS Swaminathan. So he is agricultural scientist and agronomist. He was born in Kumbakonam, Tamil Nadu, and he played an instrumental role in green revolution and towards food self-sufficiency in India. So he has been nominated as a candidate for Bharat Ratna. This is being awarded posthumously, means he has recently passed away on 28 September 2023, right? So he is being awarded, right, through Bharat Ratna posthumously. Apart from this, Rao, P.V. Narasimha Rao, we have discussed about him in an article today. So he also passed away in 2004. He has been the former Prime Minister of India from 1991 to 96. He was born in Warangal, Telangana. He was credited with steering the liberalization of Indian economy. Okay. Apart from this, Chaudhary Charan Singh. So he was also former Prime Minister of India. He was born in Nopur, Uttar Pradesh. He was leader of Lok Dal, credited as the leader of farmers in North India. Okay. So these three people have been, let's say nominated for award of Bharat Ratna. Apart from this, there are two more people. The former Deputy Prime Minister L.K. Advani and former Bihar Chief Minister Kapuri Thakur. Okay, so these people will be awarded Bharat Ratna. All right. So far, it has been the convention that only 3 people are given Bharat Ratna in a year. But this year, the Prime Minister of India has nominated 5 people for Bharat Ratna. 3 people are mentioned here. Then Deputy Prime Minister L.K. Advani and Bihar Chief Minister CM Kapuri. Okay. So this is the thing. So that's all from my side for the day. Thank you so much everyone for attending today's session. I hope you have a good day ahead. Thank you.